Roger. 10-4 driver.
Hey, viewing time there, old JR.
Nope. Try again.
Oh, it's Pete.
Countywide.
I said Pete. I listened to your voice the first time. What's up there, Pete?
What's going on there, Goose? Why are you a grasser?
And my mobile.
Oh, Roger on the mobile. That's why you're a grasser. Man, there's a whole lot of skipland noise out here.
Roger. I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing down toward the Norristown.
Yeah, well, if you don't want to be taken out by skipland, you better change your direction. Yeah, I don't know if it's any better or not. You're just above my noise.
Really? How about now? Hello, 1, 2.
Seem to bring up your modulation more. Not much more signal, but it's helpful. Yeah, you're up and down, like you're in and out of the skipland noise.
Righty.
It is what it is. Classic Radio Wednesday.
Yep, sir. It starts at 8. Oh, it's 8:01. Damn, you were the first one out there.
Yeah, it's time. It's time for Classic Radio Roundup. Well, hopefully I'm making it down to your radio receiver in that mobile, all right?
Oh, I hear you out there, man. You don't got something down now. You know, I don't got no potatoes in my ears.
Are you moving around or are you sitting still? Yeah, I don't know. I lost you now, so you must be moving around.
Hey, give me a second. How about right there, Pete? You hear me now?
Yeah, as long as you stay right there and don't go moving around.
Yeah, once you're doing the mobile, you drive, right?
Well, unless you're like Stinger and you go and find somewhere and park.
I got a base for that.
Well, why aren't you there?
Yeah, I just took my daughter home, and I'm going to Walmart and pick the kids up something to eat, and then I'm going home to get on the base.
I'll make them kids go fend for their own food. It's Classic Radio Wednesday. Can't be interrupted.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to give them something they can make on their own.
Should have done that an hour ago.
And my daughter said, Dad, pick me up. I get done at 4. I get there at 4 o'clock and she's not done. She don't get done till 7.
Big difference between 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Yeah, right?
Don't you know how to tell time? And don't they teach them young kids anymore how to read a clock?
Yeah, some inventory stuff came in, so she had to empty all the boxes out, count everything, and then restock the shelves.
Oh, I thought maybe they didn't teach kids how to tell time anymore.
That's right. She got like 2 hours overtime.
Yeah, well, overtime money is always good.
Yep.
Well, where is everybody? It's time for Classic Radio Roundup. Channel 13, 27115.
I just turned it on. It's working.
Yeah, it is working. Hiya, Wayne.
Hiya, Pete. I don't know where everybody else is. Hello, Renegade.
Don't you hear Goose?
No, but I got an S5 noise level from my heat exchanger.
I think he hears you. I'm pretty sure he hears you.
Of course I hear him. Yeah, when my heat exchanger died down and was not giving me interference, I could hear him too. He's giving me 5 pounds down here at Walmart on 202.
Said you're giving him 5 pounds at Walmart in King of Prussia.
Well, hello, Goose. I'm having trouble hearing because of my heat exchangers. Give me a big noise level. Hey, Pete, you give me 7.
10-4 on the 7 on my antique flea market SBE Trinidad.
Let me run in here so I can get back out and get home, get on a base station. can hear me.
Well, there's not a whole lot of us out here. You're reaching 50% of the stations that are on channel at the moment.
There's only 3 of us. Me, Mo, and Jack.
Yeah, Larry, Mo, and Curly.
Yeah. I'll be back.
All right, do what you got to do. We'll be here for the next couple of hours. Countywide. SWR still good after this rainstorm and everything else there, Wayne?
No, I don't know. I got to check it. It looks like it is.
All right, well, it probably is. Changed the tuning on my 160 antenna. I had to retune that to make my 160 transmitter happy. But that was easily accomplished with the VNA.
Yeah, I'm just... Oh, man, my SWRs are up. I guess that's the rain.
Yeah, it doesn't change it on my fiberglass antenna, but it does change it on my ladder line fed wire antenna. It's not a lot, but it's enough to make the DIY unhappy. So I had to retune to make it happy again.
Yeah, I'm showing about a 1.2 to 1 right now, which isn't all that bad on my meter. But in the radio, it's about a 3 to 1. So, and they were telling me that the meter in the radio is off a little bit.
Yeah, I found that they usually are. Even ham gear meters in the radio are off from other meters. I found that out for myself. That VNA is pretty good though. I had a 1.02 to 1, and then it went to 1.12 to 1, and it didn't like 1.1, but it likes 1.02. So I mean that's the difference that it takes to make that thing unhappy.
Well, my dial meter's saying I'm doing a 1.2 to 1, so that's not bad.
No, that's certainly fine. I'm not even doing that good on this antenna. It's a 1.4 to 1.
Now, if I could get my heat exchanger to shut off, I'd probably hear Goose too.
It's not that all that cold out tonight. I think it's like 47 or 48 right now.
I'm still not turning it off.
Yeah, it's not like it's 20 degrees. It shouldn't run all night.
Oh, my noise level just dropped down to 0 just now.
Yeah. I figured you'll get some on and off time tonight. So it's not real cold, so it's not going to stay on.
Yeah, exactly. At least it's not 1.9 to 1 anymore.
Yeah, although you can use that. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, it was like workable, but 1.2 to 1 is much better.
1.02 to 1 is even better than that.
Well, yeah.
That's what I can get it down to on my wire with my homebrew tuner.
That's another thing. I didn't get that rope and tie off the ends of the inverted V, so I don't know how much that's interfering too.
Yeah, I didn't take note to how close it was or anything, so I couldn't do anything but speculate.
I'm impressed that my SWRs are even working on my dial meter.
Why wouldn't it work?
I don't know. It wasn't working before. It was like, it wasn't even registering any SWRs. I don't know. It is now. But I'm seeing backwards mileage on it right now. Although on the radio meter, I'm seeing forward mileage.
Well, it sounds fine, so I wouldn't get too hung up on it.
No, I'm not going to, especially since it's a rainy day and I didn't get rope to tie off the ends of the inverted V yet. So I still have work to do. That's okay.
Well, you're still that much closer, and you know that only take a couple of minutes to do that. That's not even a hard task.
No, that's just minutes of untying and tying new rope up to it.
Yeah, get some good rope that won't rot away and fall apart. That stuff was so weak.
I did go out earlier today and try tying it off. Every time I did that, the rope broke.
Yeah, that's some of the cheesiest rope I'd ever seen, man. Even freaking commercial clothesline rope works better than that. I mean, I got away with hanging one of my antennas with just plain old clothesline for a long time. But I guess that stuff's made for the outdoors.
Yeah, the main pull-up is fine, because that's like class clothesline, and it's like moisture proof and all that. I just got to tie off the ends. And it's really not that bad. I'm seeing good meter readings.
Yeah, well, at least it's an easy fix. You know, it's a matter of a few feet of rope, and you'll have it all fixed up, and you'll be back on 40 through 10 again.
Yeah. My heat exchanger came back on again. I got an S5 noise level again.
You got that room space heater running too?
Yeah, correct.
And your house heater came on again that quick? Damn.
I have it on economy low, so it's not putting out a lot of heat, just enough to take like the edge off.
Yeah, I didn't even. I let the wood stove go out last night because it was so warm, and I didn't even bother firing it back up today. It's like, I don't have a whole lot of wood left, so I'm gonna save it for when it's really cold.
Well, hopefully we won't have to do too much more if really cold.
No, but there's still some, high 20s, low 30s nights up ahead, so I'll be firing it back up. But like two days worth of 50 degrees, I ain't gonna bother.
Yeah, I turned the space heater off this morning, but I turned it back on tonight.
Yeah, I would think that space heater would put off enough heat to keep your main heater at bay for a while.
Well, that's what it seems like it's doing. Because I all of a sudden I had a 0 noise level, and now I have about 5 units of noise.
Yeah, but it wasn't off for all that long. It wasn't even like much more than 10 minutes.
Well, the internal temperature here was got up to 80 this morning, so that's why I turned it off.
Man, where's all the rest of the players on Classic Radio Roundup?
Everybody must be hiding because it's raining.
Yeah, well, where I hide when it's raining is my radio room. Where the hell else are you going to hide?
Oh, you got a point there.
Yeah, whenever it's raining out, even in the summertime, that means I can go play radio with no guilt. No Joker, no JR. There's a whole bunch of people missing. Rooster. It's too early for Night Train. I know there's others. I'm just not pulling them out. But man, there's a whole lot of missing characters.
Yeah, we're missing like Skyrider and people like that.
Yeah, old JR.
Where is that old JR?
It's a really good question. When you find them, let us know.
Good evening. Like keep keying up, trying to draw people out of the woodwork, but it's not working.
Now we drew somebody out, but you didn't hear them. Who else is out there?
On the night.
Oh, there's somebody. Who was that? Wait, there's two somebodies.
Joker here.
Hello, Joker. Who was the other one?
Red Baron waving hand.
Oh, hello, Red Baron. Top of the evening. So I got Joker, Red Baron, Renegade, Goose is out there somewhere. Me, the Spitfire. So all right, we got things kicked off now. Classic Radio Roundup.
Rooster.
Hello, Rooster. Countywide.
Radio. Good evening, everyone.
What are you on tonight, Joker? You sound exceptionally good.
We'll just drop down to 0 again. I am on the Crinko tonight.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
So talk to Wayne while his heater is off, because otherwise he can't hear the people out in the distance.
Good evening, Wayne. Yeah. You sound good, Joker. I like that radio. Thank you. I almost didn't fire it up tonight, but I figured why not.
Yeah, I like the sound of that radio. That's one of your better sounding ones, I think.
Yeah, 123 was here with 6 guys. We took my antenna down and tuned it up so the match is right now. Good deal on that.
Got to take care of our senior citizen radio operators when they need the assistance.
10-4. Well, like I said, I have stuff I have to get done tonight, so I'll be popping in and out. If JR was listening in, he'd say as usual. But I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
That is your typical modus operandi.
Oops, I think there was a double there. What was that?
That's your typical modus operandi. I got a lot of things going on, but I'll be in and out.
That sounds good, Joker. Thank you. You know, it's actually, I lowered my antenna a little bit tonight because of the wind. Once the wind dies down, maybe I'll go push that back up a little bit. Paying forward.
Well, my antenna's still at 105 feet, wind or no wind.
Yeah, but I probably have, when mine's all the way up, it probably doesn't have the guy wires that it should. So when it gets too windy, I pull it down a little bit.
I'll have no guy wires, but it does sway whenever the tree moves, but the tree doesn't move all that much because it's a big tree.
All right, guys, I'll be back.
What's going on, Red Baron?
Not a whole lot, just listening to the chit-chat. You say you got your antenna at 105 feet? What kind of tree you got that thing in?
It's up at 105 feet in a poplar tree.
10-4 on the popper. Yeah, I got one of them too, and that crossed my mind. I'm going to tell you, that crossed my mind. I got a poplar. It's kind of far from the house, but it's in a little wooded area. I often thought about stringing a center fed dipole up there.
I just took my IMAX 2000 and tied rope around it. I put a knot or whatever, tied it off on the brackets at the bottom. Then I went up to the first section and put a couple of half hitches in there and then raised it up over a branch. I shot a line up over a branch with my bow and arrow, fishing line, and then pulled up, a little bit thicker rope, and then my main rope, and then hauled the antenna up, and there it is.
Yeah, 10-4. How long has that been up there? And another question: do you run a ground up to that? A separate ground wire up to the base of that IMAX?
No, I don't have a separate ground, but I do have a counterpoise wire hanging off of it. I got about 50 foot of copper mesh wire hanging off the base bracket, the mounting bracket or whatever. That was without it, I had trouble getting a good SWR. I put that on there and it came right in.
Yeah, okay. I figured you might have done something. Yeah, I often wondered about that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's still in the back of my head. I got one of those poplars too. Mine's a tulip poplar, and I don't know if it's 100 feet high, but it's pretty high. It's probably a good 90.
I got a bunch of those tulip poplars around here, and this happened to be one of the taller ones with a nice high horizontal branch. And I don't have many horizontal branches until you get really high up, because these trees are like all straight trunks. They're all, I'm in dense in the woods, so they're all fighting for the sunlight going up. So the tree itself is probably 135 feet high, but I was able to snag a branch that's probably 115, 120 feet high. And I got up over that and I pulled it up. And there's another branch below it. So the base of the antenna is basically at the lower branch, and the top of the antenna, the one section's above. So the second section, and going from the top, is in line at the hoist branch, as it were. So the bottom branch keeps it swinging around, and I don't have it pulled all the way up taut to the higher branch that I'm up and over with the rope. And it works out pretty good. It kind of holds it nicely in place.
Yeah, it sounds like a good setup. Yeah, it sounds like you found a sweet spot, and it sounds like you're pretty stinking good with a bow.
Yep, regular old recurve bow. I think it's like 40 or 50 pounds, something like that. And zing, yep, up and over.
Yeah, I thought about doing that. I got a neighbor a couple doors down. He's a crane operator now, but he works for Shriner Tree Care, and he was a climber for many years. And he's got this bean bag. And he's got a slingshot. And I'll tell you what, I think he can take Goliath down with it. He's so accurate.
When I first started trying hanging antennas from tree limbs, I started out with a wrist rocket slingshot, and I could never really get much above 30 or 40 feet with that. So I was always looking for some other method. And then I thought my recurve bow, and I attached a fishing reel to my recurve bow, and that's my method from here on out. Because I can get a good 100, I can get well over 100 feet with reasonable accuracy.
Yeah, 10-4, good deal. Good deal. Hey, thanks for the information, countywide there. I'm going to step back. There are a lot of other stations in there. I'm ratchet jawing over here.
Well, I know I went from about 50 or 60 feet in height to my antenna, the base, to 105 feet at the base. And man, what a difference getting me out of this volcano crater. Good to hear you on there, Red Baron. Jump in whenever you feel the need. Spitfire 441 in this SBE Trinidad.
Break. 10-4 Spitfire. Always sounding good over here in Downingtown, that's for sure. All right, my friend, we'll catch you later. We'll take a little break here. Maybe get a little bowl of peanuts or something.
All right there, Red Baron. There was a break in there. Who was that?
049 in the Mobile, Fairview Village, waving a hand, saying hello. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello, 049 Fairview Village, Mobile. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup. Spitfire 441.
10-4. for you. Yeah, no, I'm just sitting back over here. I'm sitting back in one of my spots over here. I'm going to let you guys get to it, man. I'll be standing by.
Well, glad you checked in. The more the merrier. It's kind of light tonight, so if you want to get in and talk about anything, whatever, there's not a whole lot of people transmitting right now, so it's a good time as any.
Night now's the present. Well, I can say this. I'm fairly new to this generation of CV. I did CV about 15 years ago and then stopped and then came back. So I don't have anything too exciting. Maybe down the line, maybe I'll pick up some nice old-fashioned antique stuff. But for now, I'm just running what I got here. This Lincoln Plus 2 and the Mobile barefoot.
Yeah, well, that's all right. We don't so much, have a hard and fast rule. You got to use a classic, but that's just the theme to keep it going. But we're here with tips, tricks, and repair information or whatever, troubleshooting. And barring that, we just sit back and make fun of each other. So you're welcome anytime. 049 in Fairview, 441 to Spitfire. That's Antique Flea Market Radio.
That's right. Old stuff.
Old JR, speaking of old stuff.
Oh, yeah. Don't get much older than this. Good evening there, Spitfire. What's going on? What's happening?
Well, I think Wayne's got the claim for the oldest for now, and hopefully he'll hold that title for a while. But missed you on 160 tonight. Things were well there, except for, oh my God, the static crashes. But if you got a big signal, you just override them.
Yeah, that's right. I guess this storm that they got coming through is raising a little havoc down there. Yeah, I forgot all about that. How about it? Well, I don't know. That's 160 though. There's a storm around. You're gonna know it.
Yeah, storm with anywhere within several hundred miles, you'll know it. Yeah, it was making a racket. And apparently, the water on my twin lead made me have to retune. So I was able to accomplish that, but I did have to tune it up differently.
Hello, JR. Hey, good evening there, Wayne. How's things going for you tonight? You all right? Oh yeah. My SWRs went up a little bit in the rain, but I'm still good. That's a good deal. Well, how far do your SWRs go? I'm just kind of curious. Well, that's right. You really don't have a meter, though. I forgot. You don't really have a meter, do you? Yeah, my dial was working for some reason tonight, and it's showing a 1.2 to 1. I wonder why that started working. That's great. Well, congratulations on your meter starting to work. Good evening, time, channel 13. It's showing higher on the radio meter, but yeah, I'm glad this other meter's working. Hey, good deal. And I hear Goose out there. Good evening, Mr. Goose. What are you doing in the mobile? I just pick my foot up to work, and this left one can go home and get on the base. Hey, Roger, you get home, get on the base, and I'll let you hear your radio. Well, actually, you're hearing it now. Sounds good. Hey, good. Not bad for a stock mic, huh? Hey, not bad at all. All right, well, it's cutting through the muck anyway. Good deal. Good to hear you in there. Be safe out there. I don't know how bad the weather is, but you know the deal. I've been bad. I've been flying down and cats and dogs, but they're pretty cool out there. Yeah, I don't know. They were talking about hail and stuff today, but I don't know. That didn't happen, and that's good. I'm glad it didn't. I just got it out of the body shop. I don't want to have to go back in. You know that. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. I've been in Mobile basically all day. Almost all day I've been in this car. What the heck are you in the car for all day? I had to drive to DuPont down in Delaware to Children's Hospital. Oh, that's right. Hey, how'd things go? Been good, been good. She got her new medicine that she needs, and she can drink more than a shot of water. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear the good news, you know. Yep. Well, I'm almost at the base. I guess I'll talk to you near the outside the channel. All righty, we'll catch you on the base then. Oh, JR, standing by. Oh, what's up there, Goose in the Mobile? What's up, buddy? Yeah. Up here on the hill. I hear that, 49, no doubt. Alright, I'll catch you when you get back inside. Hey, Mr. JR, yeah? 49?
JR 049 shouting for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead there, 49. Thanks there, Spitfire. I'm just waving a hand to you, buddy. Just waving a hand to you. Good evening. Hope all's well. Hey, good evening to you, 49. Yeah, sounding good, actually. I don't know why I didn't hear you before. I don't know, my head was somewhere else. But yeah, you're coming in fine, actually. Where are you at? I am in Fairview Village, 363 in Germantown. Okay, good deal. Yeah, I got a good signal on you, man. It's working. You got a nice setup on that truck. Nice antenna. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, I wish we could have had a little bit more time to catch up last week, but I'm sure we'll do it again.
That Fairview Village is a really good spot to play radio from, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Get that altitude up there. Yeah, 49. I had to be somewhere, man. I got there earlier, but those guys were late, so it just didn't kind of make a good match. But I got to meet you anyway. Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, we were on time. Just remember, we were on time. You were, but the other guys weren't. You know, they were late behind there, so we all missed the boat, I guess. Yeah, but we got it done. Yeah, it's all right up here. There's a little bit of noise up here, though. I can't find the right spot where there's less noise, but elevation is definitely my friend up here. Hey, Rajo, yes it is. You better believe it. Hey, all right. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat here. All right, there, 49. We'll catch up with you again. And you're right there. As long as you got that working there, Renegade, that's all that counts. You know, you guys made a heck of a progress there.
49, if you're not opposed to driving a little bit away from all them shopping centers and junk, go on over there to Methacton High School parking lot. You have a good shot up all this way to everybody that's up here.
You know what? The last time I went over there, Stinger told me to go up in the back parking lot, and it wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't getting what he was, what he was throwing, saying that he was getting. I wasn't getting, but I did switch antennas. You know, one of the good friends out here down in this area hooked me up with another antenna, so maybe I will take a ride up there in a little bit and check it out, see if it changed.
Yeah, Methacton High School, for talking up this way where most of us are, that's a really good spot.
Yeah, like I said, I did set up behind the school there probably last week, actually. I think it was last week's roundup. I went up over there. And, I was hearing everybody but Skyrider. Skyrider was the only one I was having trouble pulling in. And he was getting out there. He was out there a little bit last week. So, like I said, I'm over here in my spot right now. I'm just, got a little stogie going and my cup of coffee. I'm going to hang here for a little bit, but I'm going to take a ride up there in a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it's a good, quiet spot. You don't have all that commercial interference and everything. There's a good view up this way, high ground. I've been up there before with one of them help radios, one of them stupid little package walkie-talkie help radios with a stupid little telescoping mag mounting antenna. And it can talk to all the boys up this way from there in my mobile with that rinky-dink junk setup. You got a better thing going on, I'm sure, than that was, so you shouldn't have any trouble at all. But you're doing fine from where you're at. I'm just for your receive side though, it's a lot quieter over there than around all them shopping centers and junk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure where you're at, but you're hitting me with 9 bars down here.
I'm around Sanatoga, if you know where Sanatoga or Limerick area.
Of course I do. I was just up Renegades last weekend.
Yeah, well, I'm 2 miles north of Renegade.
All right, 10-4, 10-4. Yeah, no, I'm familiar with the area up there. Yeah, so, yeah, man. Well, you're sounding good also. But like I said, I'm just here with this little barefoot deal. I'm working towards some things, getting some things, straightened out, getting a little bit better equipment. So, in time.
Well, you're doing really well with what you got, for sure. I'm just to give you a comparison. I was using about the lamest setup you could ever use from up there at Methacton, and had no trouble talking to the boys up here.
Yeah, 10-4, 10-4, yeah. Like I said, now where were you? Were you in more to the Germantown side, or were you down, Kriebel Mill? Were you down in that back lot or in the front lot?
No, the front lot, right off of Germantown. In fact, I wasn't actually in the high school parking lot. I was, is that a church, or I forget? I think it's a church there. Like, you're looking at Methacton, it's on the right-hand side. I think it's a church, whatever that was. That parking lot right there, right off of Germantown.
Yeah, 10-4, 10-4. Yeah, I think that parking lot is higher elevation than the actual school property itself. Because I pulled over there, and Stinger said, with it being private property, whatever. Not that I was doing anything wrong, but I definitely think that church lot is higher than the school property.
Yeah, I know it works from there for sure, and it is a little bit higher, but it's all open from there to up this way.
Yeah, I've been going over to Eagleville Road over here to the middle school. That's where I was on Sunday for the roll call on 24. And I was hearing all them guys up there on Sunday, so that's a good spot too. But yeah, man, like I said, just roaming around trying to find where the spots are. Like I said, Stinger's kind of helping me out with that because he's been there and done it. And like I said, I'm also working on a base myself. I got a Antron, whatever, it's not Antron, but the other one, the 99, I'm getting ready to throw that up and get something set up for the base, and then hopefully maybe things will be a little more straight. I can hang out at home, sit back and relax.
Yeah, it's all about sitting back and relax. Yeah, I don't really do mobile anymore. I'm pretty much strictly base. I got tired of dealing with noise, and I'm not in the mobile that much anyway. But I think I heard somebody hollering at me. I think I got a breaker. Was there a breaker out there hollering Spitfire? Bite Buster, I could just barely hear you, but I know it's you. I'm talking to 49. He's in a mobile up in Fairview Village.
Oh, if he's on the top of that hill, man, it's a good shot.
You hearing him then?
A little bit. I couldn't hold a conversation, but I hear bits and pieces.
Yeah, okay. Let me see if he hears you at all. 049, can you hear that station at all? Trace?
That's a negative. But got a copy that he's hearing me a little bit up there.
Yeah, he says he can hear you. Wouldn't be able to hold a conversation, but he can hear you. And he's near Dorney Park.
Yeah, I caught him on Sideband Sunday. He was in there having a little conversation, I think. I forget who else was in there. I heard him on Sunday. But yeah, man, waving a hand up to you two up there if you can hear me. And like I said, under better conditions, we'll get a contact. Yeah, because when they key up, sometimes it brings in a lot of noise.
It's kind of noisy tonight. There's still some Skipland remnants noise in there tonight.
Yeah, I shooting Skip out of my mobile last night. There you go. There you are. You're back on the base. Yeah, I'm back. Alrighty, well, I just figured I'd give it a go for you.
Now I don't have to struggle to hear you.
No, is that barefooted? Yes, it is. Hey, Raji, sounding good. And they're paying about 65. Not bad.
That ain't barefoot.
It is too. That's what the radio is. Just a radio.
That whole that's all nonsense. I'm sticking by my guns. 4 watts is barefoot. Anything else is not.
That's a barefooted ham radio.
No, a barefooted ham radio is 100 watts.
Well, most of them on sideband PEP. But this one's dead key in 65.
Yeah, but it do 200, no, 160, 120. Yeah, does it do 240 watts peak?
No. Hello.
Well, then it's too high of a dead key if it won't do 240 watts peak.
Well, you know, I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is it is in my way. There you go. That's what it is. 65 AM. Yeah, I don't know why it's not reading PEP all that well. But it's going forward on, just about forward.
Don't you have an oscope to check the modulation, even if you don't have a peak reading meter?
Don't I have a what?
An oscope.
No.
JR's Fix-It Shop don't have an oscope.
There ain't no JR's Fix-It Shop. What are you talking about?
Well, there used to be. Just because he ain't doing it anymore doesn't mean he still don't have his shop.
I don't have, the only equipment I got is a soldering iron and a drill.
Holy moly.
That's it. I don't have no more.
Should have at least an oscope over there, or peak reading meter.
Well, by golly, you hear me, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do, but I think you got too much dead key for the too much carrier for its available headroom. I think because like you probably get more audio out of it with less dead key.
Well, let me see. I want to see something on sideband too. What'd you say? What power did you have this on? There's my frog in the throat. What power did you have this on when you had it up there in the mountains?
What, your 706?
Yeah.
I had it on 2 on AM.
No, on sideband. Do you remember when you had it on sideband? I guess it's the same thing.
I think 5.
All right, because you were inquiring how much power it was on sideband. Let me check it out.
Yeah, it was 2 on AM and 5 on sideband is where I had it. And I couldn't go any higher than 5 on sideband where I had RF feedback because I was so damn close to the antenna.
49 got something to say. Yeah, 90 watts. 90 watts PEP.
Set on 5?
Yep.
Well, that's ridiculous. It's only a 100-watt radio. How could that be?
This ain't, I guess it's not a normal radio, I guess. Let me go check it on sideband now.
We're talking about your 706 here, the one that you loaned me. Oh, good grief. Now he's on sideband.
Hey, I got something to say.
That's your turn. Say it.
12 and 29. And that's all I'm going to say. 12 and 29. All right, that's all he said. It's about 140 PEP on high.
Really? That radio does that much?
Yep, sir.
Yeah. Well, no wonder I was radiating myself. I couldn't run high power. But I guess I was getting away with 90 watts all right. So put it on the 2 on AM and was it do?
All right, let's see. Let me dial down. 8 watts. 8 watt on, 8 watts dead key.
Yeah, all right. Well, that was working because it got me, where was I? Middle Pennsylvania. Where was the guy? Vermont or New Hampshire or something. And on 40 meters with no problem. I was talking to the guy for almost an hour.
Not too shabby for 8 watts. Yeah, all right. Well, good deal. It works anyway. The radio does its job, so I'll put it back up at 5. And we're sitting about 35 watts.
Yeah, if it's all right, I'd like to borrow that again this summer because I'm probably going to do the same trip.
No, it's not mine no more. It's Goose. Goose bought it.
Oh hell! Oh hell! Oh, I would have bought it if I known it was for sale.
I told you. I asked you if you wanted to buy it. You said no.
Oh, I think I said something more along the lines I'd think about it or give me an opportunity or something like that. If I'd known you were like in a rush to get rid of it, I'd have gotten in trouble and come up with the money.
That was last year when I dropped it off. I guess or picked it up or whatever. I don't know. I did tell you. I knew you wanted it or you had it on the trip, and I figured, well, I'm probably not going to use it. I figured, yeah. I asked if you wanted to buy it. You said no. Yeah, you said nah. Okay. So yeah. No, I wasn't in no hurry to sell it. We just got talking, and he got interested in it. So yeah, it's bye bye.
Oh, that's gonna be wasted in those hands. He's gonna blow it up in a week.
Pete, I didn't know you wanted it. If you want it, you can snag it.
No. I mean, if I really need one, I'll go find one. But it's all right. I just thought I was kind of hoping I had another opportunity, but all right, whatever.
Well, you wanted it before I did, so if you want it, snag it. If not, then I'll snag it when I get my hand license. I'll have a regular talk off of.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna bust up your deal. I'm not. I mean, I had my opportunity and I let it slip, so it's all fair in radio and war.
Okay, can't try to give you a chance.
I appreciate it, Goose. But yeah, all right. Now I got a few months to come up with a plan.
Goose, you hear what I said? No, what did you say? So I called them the other day. It's like 12 and 30, 29:30 on high, and like 3.5 and 15 on low, something like that. So they did peak it then? They said no. They said they only did the resistor, the mod. Oh yeah. That's what I meant, the modulation. Great, because I know it's louder than a stock radio. Yeah, but that's not peaking. That's just opening it up. Right. Well, they turn the modulation up. So they kind of peaked it out. To get the full mod, you got to take those 2 transistors out or whatever. Well, but they didn't say that. They said they opened the 11 up. They didn't say that they peaked the radio. They said that's stock. Okay. And that brings up the night train.
Night train.
Night train's in there? I can't hear him. Oh, wow.
Go over to Methacton High School, you'll hear them. If you don't hear them where you're at now, and you don't hear them where you're at now, I'm surprised.
Good evening, Night Train. Well, top of the evening. Everybody. I don't know who that is that can't hear Night Train. I hear him well.
049 up in Fairview Village in Mobile. And yeah, if he can't hear you up there, I'd be surprised, unless he's got a high noise level where he's sitting at. That'd be the only reason.
Hello, Night Train. Hey, Wayne, how's it going, man? It's most excellent. Everything's working okay right now. Roger. How about it, Round DX line? Anybody got a copy on this old barefooted station? Way out west, Mojave Desert, California, bye-bye. Oh, y'all, the Mojave Desert is in here. Y'all go get it.
Yeah, he don't hear this mud duck radio.
What you mean I don't hear that mud duck radio? I just turned my 12-cylinder engine on. Oh, 233, way out west, Mojave Desert. Come on, man.
All right, well, I'll say hello, Mojave Desert. 233 out there, California, 441 in southeastern Pennsylvania on this antique flea market radio. Hello.
Yeah, 441. That ain't no antique radio. That's a smoking radio, 441. Loud and proud in Mojave Desert there, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Right back at you, man. You're blowing smoke, sounding like a local. We're having our classic radio roundup here on Wednesday night. We get the old radios out and play with them. I'm on my SBE Trinidad, my antique flea market radio. Come on.
Well, I'm on an old one too. I'm on an RCR 2990DX from the 80s there, break.
10-4 on the 2990. Well, it's a SBE Trinidad 23 channel. That's all it is from the mid 70s. So, but yeah, man, you're blowing smoke out here from the Mojave. Thanks for stopping by. There's a bunch of us out here. Maybe somebody else wants to get up on your antenna, so I'm going to get out of the way. 441 is Spitfire 73. Thanks for the contact.
Roger, 441, 233 Maverick. And the other call sign I have is called Sniper. And you guys up there in Pennsylvania is in my sights there, break. You got a grip on 845 down here in the Keystone? Hello, 845, 233 Maverick right back at you. Come on. Howdy. I just want to say howdy. Let somebody else get a turn before this get fades out of there, no doubt. Roger, 445. I was just going around the town. I was looking for some conditions and it put me right in there. Hey, what you got out there, Goose? They call me Night Train near Mojave Desert. They call me Night Train in the Keystone, breaker. Yeah, cool, Roger, Night Train. Well, you smoking out here, too. Top evening time to you, Night Train. 233 Maverick, 39 Sniper, right there. 10 Roger there, Sniper. All right, that's my Roger. I'm going to step to the side. Night Train Base Station, Eastern Pennsylvania. I'm quiet. Roger. How about you, Night Train? How you doing, buddy? You got me, 49. How about that Mojave Desert, 427 Pennsylvania calling? Come on, 427 Pennsylvania, 233 Maverick, better known as Sniper, right there. Roger that, 233. Well, nice to make your contact tonight. I'm one of the guy's neighbors, not that far away from who you've been talking to, so 73, I'll step back. Roger, guys. Y'all have a good one. I'll let y'all get back to your doggone evening too, so 233 well west, back out. Bye.
Yeah, blowing smoke. Nice.
Wish I had a radio like that. Yeah, you don't need big radios.
No, you don't. You can use antique flea market junk like I'm using.
What do you say, gentlemen? Kilowatts out here today.
Hello, Kilowatt. Countywide radio on this antique flea market radio.
Hey, Roger, on that countywide. What's up there, neighbor? What do you say, Goose? What's going on, Kilowatt? What's going on, Goose? What's going on, Countywide? What's going on, everybody around the band? I heard Joker in there. Heard 49 in there. Everybody. Night Train waving their hand. Night Train, you got a copy on? Yeah, I do. I hope you hear me. Yeah, I want to apologize. Yeah, I had to turn down a little bit, so I'm hearing you. Good evening. Man, if you wasn't hearing me, something was wrong. You know that. Man, good hearing you, man. Good evening. Damn, boy.
Yeah, if somebody's giving me a really good signal and then they say they can't hear me, I figure the problem's got to be on their end.
At least you're hoping that.
Nah, I'm pretty certain of that.
What's going on, JR?
I know what I got going on over here.
What's going on there, Night Train? What's happening? Yeah, congratulations, by the way. I didn't hear. Are you using it now? No, I'm on the antique radio now. Probably 1963, 10-4. Oh, thank God. Okay, all right. Very good. Well, anyway, congratulations. How do you like it? So far, so good. I wanted to get it set up. Tonight wasn't the right night, man. Well, I just say thank God, because this thing don't sound like it might be it. No.
What new radio did you get?
It wasn't on their radio. It was just a microphone. How's this thing sounding, JR? It sounds fine. I'm on a different radio, so to be all honest with you, Train, I'm not the guy to ask for a radio check tonight, because I'm on a stock speaker on the radio, so It's not a good time for me. Yeah, Roger, I hear you out there. Good evening. Yeah, it wouldn't be a fair assessment.
It's getting close to the time for me to build that 160 dipole for you and use the gear that you got to get there.
But Bite Buster's out there. 10-4. Where you at, Bite Buster? Hello. Hello there, Night Train opening the door. Y'all say hello to Bite Buster.
I opened the door to Bite Buster an hour ago.
Good evening, Bite Buster. I don't think he's hearing me, though.
I know.
Say good evening, Bite Buster. Well, good evening back. But your signal's kind of low.
I know the Bite Buster copies the county-wide.
Oops, sorry. Good evening there, Bite Buster. So I heard you all had power outages down that way. What happened?
Not me.
Knock on wood, not me. I gotta stop believing the news.
Yeah, whenever the power goes out, I'm usually the first one out. But it didn't happen today.
So did you get the storm?
Yeah, we got the storm. We got the same storm everybody got in a 50-mile radius.
I know our power flashed a couple times, but that's about it.
Oh, at work, my power flashed at work and knocked one of my chillers offline. We didn't lose power. It was just a blip.
Yeah, there was the wires were whipping around in the wind, probably. Hey, what radio are you on tonight?
What's the matter? You don't like it?
No, it's extremely loud. What is it?
Extremely loud. I'm not even trying to be loud. SBE Trinidad.
That rascal smoking, Pete.
I'm not even trying to be loud. I'm using my Turner Super Sidekick.
Sound good. You didn't sound over loud to me. Proud over here. You should hear it over here, man.
I'll check out the Joker video gate if he's running one. He probably is.
Unfortunately, I was too busy when I got home for work. I am not running a gate tonight.
Oh, man.
You ain't running one there, Pete?
I am.
Okay, but you can't hear your radio.
Yeah, I hear all y'all. The only thing I'm going to hear on my video gate is how I sound on my video gate.
Yup.
Oh, y'all.
But yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, I think this Super Sidekick works well with this Trinidad.
It does.
What's going on, Goose, man?
What's up, Night Train? Sorry I missed you last night. I was trying to get to you. Well, I was shooting skip to Texas on my way back.
I know, I heard you, man. I actually heard you, but, the rooster was in there doing his thing, too, 10-4.
The hell, we all just got Mojave Desert in California.
That's right, but yesterday was Texas.
Hey, weather's getting ready to change, so I'll be working on your 160 dipole. We'll get that thing hung up, so look forward sometime in the next several Sundays or something where I can come over and hang that thing for you, get you up on the band. You talk to 507 direct.
All right, there, Pete.
You're gonna have to use your solid state radio with your amplifier. We'll help you get that set up.
10, Roger. All right, let me know. I ain't ready yet. No, what?
Well, the first step is the antenna. Once we get that hung, the rest is easy.
Sounds like you were depressed he was going to use a solid state radio.
Well, that's some place to start. That ain't where you finish.
Yeah, I think Pete want that big antique piece that Chucky left.
If you don't want it, I'll keep it.
I do want it, Pete.
I don't know. It's got holes drilled in the front.
You trying to discourage me.
I know how particular you are. There's a few blemishes on the face.
Yeah, right. But it's not for in here. It's for in the shed. 10-4.
Oh, well, I thought you were quite particular about the appearances of your radios. Whether they worked or not didn't matter. They had to look good.
It's going to keep the lights low.
Great. There's Skyriders in the house, y'all.
Hello, Skyrider.
How you guys doing? What are we wheeling and dealing here? I'm looking for some equipment too.
I got this 100-pound transmitter that's slated to go over to night trains, but I'm not so sure he wants it because it's got holes drilled in the face, got blemishes.
He's trying to discourage me. He probably drilled an extra hole in there. I didn't.
Yes, you wouldn't take it.
I was way too old yesterday.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. I got to drill some more holes in it then, so you really won't want it.
Yeah, that's right.
Extra cooling.
No, I'll get it up and running, and if you want it, it's slated for you. But I'll do my best to get it up and running first. I just haven't recently had the time, but time is forthcoming. So there you are.
All right, P. Let me know how they make out, man.
You got any 12AX7s over there?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do.
I don't seem to have any that are really any good. It's the only tube I don't have to put in there that it needs. And if you have one, then I don't have to buy one.
Yeah, I have one. In fact, I just bought it for a guitar amplifier, and it didn't change anything, so I took it back out, and I have it in the box. 10-4.
Yeah, it needs a rectifier tube, which I have. What's the other tube? I don't know. I got a list here. 6AL5. I forget what that does. And a 12AX7. A 5U4, 6AL5, and a 12AX7. They're the only tubes that it needs. I have two of the three.
10 Roger. Well, I do have an AX7, no doubt.
All right, we'll have to meet up so I can get that from you. And then I can start bringing the thing up and testing it out.
I'm going to have to come over.
All right, now you can check it out. And then you'll say, oh, my God, that thing's ugly. I don't want it.
You hear him, JR?
I kind of agree with him. That thing's able to look like something that came out of World War II after it got bombed.
Did you see it when you were here?
What were you bellowing?
You saw it when you were here? I don't remember.
You didn't have it when I was there.
Oh, well, then you didn't say it. But you can lie and say you did and it's ugly and you don't want it.
I know better. There's a blemish on there. Uh-oh, better go get Mako.
No, you can't do none of that because it's an original, man. It's all original.
I think Pete just doesn't want to give it up there.
I don't want to pick it up either. I already picked it up once. I'll have to pick it up again. It weighs 100 pounds.
Oh, we have to get you a dolly.
Yeah, Night Train's gonna have to help me carry it out of here if he wants it.
Oh God, Fred Stanford and Grady. What's his name? I forget his last name.
Yeah, Grady. Oh yeah, I remember. Wasn't it Uncle Grady or something?
Nah, it just went by Grady, but I can't remember his last name he went by, but he did have one.
I can see the face too.
Wilson? Nah, one Grady Wilson.
Lamont?
That was his son.
Yeah, Lamont was the son. And then nobody can forget good old Aunt Esther.
Gorilla Cookies.
You know, Red Fox was 47 years old when he started that show. God, he looked like he was 65.
Well, he added to that walk and everything. That was all part of the act.
The heck if his last name wasn't Wilson.
Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth. It's the big one.
You big dummy.
That was a good show.
That was a really good show. It was hilarious.
It streams on a lot of TV apps. Hey, does your Barker and Williams have transmit and receive?
No, it's just a transmitter. And that Heath kit, it's just a transmitter. You got to come up with a receiver.
I have the receiver.
Yeah, you got that that night kit. That'll work fine. I got a TR relay built for you for the Heath kit. I already took care of that.
Damn, four.
So it'll take care of transmit receive on the antenna from the transmitter to the receiver, and it also has an extra relay contact for muting your. It'll either mute the speaker or take off the B plus, depending upon how that radio works. But there should be a muting contacts or something like that on that receiver.
Roger on that. Pete, you should hear this one, man. This is the 27E. This thing right here is bodacious in the house. In other words, the receive is so loud they can probably hear me downstairs.
Yeah, and that's like the model right before the Titan. I think that thing is very similar to my Titan, and that Titan, I got to be careful on the knob because it'll get me into trouble if I turn it up. Yeah, the wife will hear me across the house.
Yeah, this rascal right here is that's quite a transmitter, man. It's a beautiful example of the early 60s.
Yeah, well, that Heathkit DX100 is a fine high-frequency example of a little bit earlier, the early 1950s, and it does 11 meters right on the dial.
I thought you said it had blemishes in that. I didn't want it.
Oh, that's right. I'm just, I got to weigh the pros and the cons with you. The pros is it's a 100 watts carrier it'll do it 11 meters, but it also do 10 through 160 in all the bands, But it does have holes and blemishes, so you gotta.
Man, all right. So yeah, this is the 27E fully restored, new capacitors, the whole 9 yards. That's the one with the floor that's polished and shiny on the inside. 10-4.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it. Yeah, that thing is looks like it just came out of the factory, and it really sounds loud and crystal clear. I mean, it's one of your louder radios, not overly so. That damn thing is crystal clear.
Yeah, this is a real example of tube audio right here, man.
It sounds good.
I don't know what they use. I don't know what tube it is or nothing, but whenever I get on it, this is what you get.
I think it's a 6BQ5 audio, 6BQ5 final. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves.
10 Roger. He's slamming me in his mobile. Where are you located? 363 in Germantown. Oh, wow. That's decent. I mean, you're not too far from Mary Me Farm, man.
Who louder, Train or me?
I gotta give it to the Train.
Oh, man. The Train, you said I was too loud, and you're louder than me, so that means you're too loud.
When he's not making my speaker crackle, he's crystal clear.
Oh, yeah, it's crystal clear. Yeah, if you could be crystal clear and loud, you get a pass. If you're trying to be loud and it's all mushing out, yeah, fall back and regroup.
Yeah, I think this one was born that way. They didn't have no limiters in them in those days. And the distortion levels are low. Even on the incoming, man, everything is loud, but it's not distorted.
Yeah, well, that's that tube audio. you could drive tubes into distortion and still sound good. Can't do that with solid state. I'm just seeing if I can get some more loudness out of this thing. Well, that's about as loud as I can get before I start feeding back. County-wide.
Radio. You better turn it back where it was. You was sounding good, man.
No, I don't want to sound good now. I want to be loud.
You gotta beat that night train.
I put it back to where it was. Just fooling around.
I can hear everything going on in your room.
There ain't nothing going on in my room. I'm sitting here.
I don't know, man. I hear something. Power supply or something back here.
Oh, I got cooling fans to keep the equipment cool.
I guess that's what I'm hearing. The train sounds like he's in the microphone, like he's living in the microphone, man. He sounds like he's sitting in my passenger seat.
No,
We got built-in compression, Pete, somewhere within the circuit.
you know, that's a tram radio. I have to break out my tram. I haven't used mine in a while. It's sitting over there on a shelf. That thing really is a good radio.
A49. Yeah, night train. You got that big old diesel truck out there, man? Yup, idling it at 14.1 volts, talking on his barefoot, whatever. Hey, Roger on the barefoot, whatever. It ain't no quality of that, man. I wish to have something like that one day. Well, like this is antique stuff, man. This is for classic radio roundup, Roger. What 4920? Where you at, man? You at the McBackton High School?
He's at 363 and 29. I think he's in that shopping center parking lot.
I'm sitting right on the corner. There's a little car lot right here. 3000 West Auto. 363 in Germantown Pike. Oh, yeah, I know about that little car dealership.
Yeah, you need to go down the road a bit to that church at McBackton High School. That's where I talked to you on my help radio train.
I know. That's why I told the guys about it. Goose and them know about that McBackton High School there. That is just a beautiful spot. 10-4.
Yeah. When you got line of sight to Fancy Hill, you know you're in a good spot.
That's right.
You could see if you had a good high-powered telescope, you could see old JR's house.
I don't know old JR. Does he have a white beard?
Nah, JR don't have a white beard.
Well, the way he did it, JR. You can see a cane and a white beard. 10-4.
It doesn't sound as good if you say young JR. Old JR sounds better, even if he ain't.
That's right. Oh, JR. Sounds like a character out of a storybook. Yeah, that'd be me.
Oh, he's a storybook character, all right. Probably somewhere in a book by the Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, there was some good books, Pete. You gotta give it to him, man.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he wouldn't be a character in it.
Man, he could be a character in there, man, with a wobbly cane and a beard.
You know, I walked the old Birkenheinerstraße from Hanau to Steinau, where the brother Grimms were born and lived and worked.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, that's the area I grew up in, the Spessart. So all these stories, that they recorded and wrote down, they came right around the area where I grew up, there along the Kinzig Valley.
So, was it a real beautiful area, man, where the imagination can go wild?
You can believe that, and you go through the woods there, on some of these logging roads, and suddenly you end up and there's an old ruin of an old monastery or something, and usually if you have a map, it has some remarks on it, what it was or so, or some old watchtowers along the Birkenheinerstraße was the main trading route in the old ages that went all the way from Paris over to Leipzig and on to what was it, over Leningrad, all the way over into Russia there.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. Incidentally, you sound good tonight, man.
That old trading road. I'd like to walk along that old trading road with a metal detector.
Yeah, when I was over there, metal detecting wasn't a thing yet, but I bet you there's areas where you have the rock bed where there's no dirt on it. You can see where the old steel wagon wheels had worked their way into this trading route. So left and right, and if you know where the places where they would rest or stay overnight, I bet you can find all kinds of good stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be fascinating as all get out. Yeah, you have potential to find some ancient stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Hey, Skyride.
Yeah.
Speaking about wagon wheels that made their mark, we were over in Pompeii. That's in Italy. And the wagon wheels cut a groove in the cobblestones. And the cobblestones was these big, gigantic cobbles. And the grooves were in the cobbles, man, just like as if somebody took railroad tracks out of the stone, man. That's just how well they were worn. And that was way back before the volcano erupted. 10-4?
Yeah, Roger, that's the same way there. You see actually grooves. You would think somebody chiseled them in, that you have a railroad cart or something running along. That's just the way it is on certain areas, And it was impressive. Yeah, we did a lot of hiking along these old routes there, right around where I grew up.
And that's real serious because it took a lot of wagon wheels to get that groove to be that deep. And obviously they must have had a standard size because it seems like everybody must have got in the groove and the horses must have just did their thing.
Well, yeah, there was a standard size. While where that trade route went through Gelnhausen, what was an old Caesar's town, or like, and there was an area where these wagons had to go through, and the houses were only so far apart. If your wagon was bigger, the wagon wasn't going through.
All right, so you had to be careful with your size. No doubt they probably had a standard size.
Oh yeah, that's like today too, And this road is over thousands of years old, That there was not just a couple of hundred years they were traveling that. That is one of the oldest trade roads in Europe.
I think it was a better quality of life back in those days, man, when they had them horses pulling them wagons, man, and I think it was a better quality of life.
Might have been a better quality of life if you were a person of means, but if you were just a plain peasant, yeah, I don't think your life was all that great.
Like I said, you bet I didn't have a toothache.
Walking barefoot.
Yeah. No internet, no Wi-Fi.
Barefooted CB radios.
You get one little disease, like a whooping cough, and you're dead next week.
You're right, half a watt CBs, and no amps behind them.
Yeah, like if you were a nobleman back them days, you probably lived pretty good. If you were a peasant, yeah, your life was pretty hard.
I still think it was a better quality of life, man.
We had lower expectations.
Yeah, it was. I can tell you, some of the stuff, you didn't have to worry about.
Tim Roger, I heard that Mike out there in Donny Park. Yeah, he didn't have as much expectation, because the sun might have stayed up longer too.
I don't want to key up on somebody. Is there somebody in the background?
Yeah, that was Bike Buster out there in Donny Park.
Yeah, roger that. I didn't want to key up on him, so.
Yeah, I think he backed off now. Boy, Skyrider, this is the best I've ever heard you, man. Did you get your new microphone or what?
No, that's not due till another 5 days. What I did, I cleaned the old one up here. So I just took it apart and a little bit of contact spray here, a little bit of contact spray here, a little bit wiggling, a little bit there, and put it back together. So hopefully it holds up till the new mic comes, and then we can compare.
Yeah, I don't think you need the new mic no more.
I'll put it in the drawer. You know, you never know when there's bad times coming.
Yeah, it's always good to have backup.
Roger that, roger that. I hope the way the wind is blowing, I hope in the summer it blows from the other direction. My antenna is leaning a little bit up there. I hope when I came home today.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about mine. It seems like the wind only blows from the north, let's see, the northeast, and blows my antenna toward the southwest. I can't stand seeing the thing lean over slightly.
What I get here is northwest to northeast, you know. That's what I get here. And that's the way the thing, it's not leaning, you know, but it's just not straight anymore.
Tell Roger. Well, it's doing its work. It's doing its job. Tell her.
Yeah, roger that, roger that. So, oh well, we just get another bucket truck out here and straighten it back up.
Tell Roger on the bucket truck. Is that how you did that? You had a bucket truck?
I got a lift. I went into Total Rental and got me one of their bucket lifts there, or their articulating lifts. Drug it home, parked it in the house, and off we went. Got the antenna up there. Next time I'll probably get. I should have gotten a bigger one, but you know, you don't know till you know. And to get the antenna even a little bit higher. But I think so far I don't have trouble with it. You know, I'm talking to the world through it, so.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Amen on that. Skyrider does pretty good, right, JR?
Oh, yeah, I think he does fine. Does very good, actually.
Hey, JR, that import you and I talked about yesterday, I called it off. I talked to somebody at R&L Engineering, or is it equipment or engineering? Anyway, that's a ham radio supply, and they said, that thing is almost 40 years old, you know, so you're not going to get parts anymore. If there's anything what you do to repair, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, I figure it was pretty old just by looking at it, but that's why he said, you know, if you could wheel and deal with him, maybe. But for what he was asking, I don't know. That was entirely up to you. But yeah, there'll be something that pops up.
Yep. It was, if he would have said, I don't know, $500 or so, I would say, okay, I can take the risk and get me through, you know.
It was in nice shape, but, you know, I don't know. I think it's a bit more than what you need. You didn't need you don't need the slow antenna tuner on it.
Yeah, Roger, that was actually the first time I looked at this particular model, you know, and you're absolutely right. It was not needed there, you know. But it was in good shape, and it had a good output. You could you wire it for 220 or 240, and the thing puts out 1200 watts, you know. But I also did a little bit of research. There was a guy down in Florida. He was these specialists on these radios, and he's not working on them anymore either, while he can't find parts. You know, if you want him to repair one, you have to send him two, one for parts and one for repair.
What, the radio you got, or you were referring to the amp?
Referring to the amp. No, my radio is fine. I can send direct to Yazoo if I have anything with it, you know. And the Anytone, I just do it myself. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's what I would do. If anything happens to the Anytone, I open it up and see where the smoke puffs came out.
Surface mount technology, always fun.
I don't have, there isn't much done to that Anytone, you know. It's basic out of the box. I don't think I'm gonna have trouble if I keep my antenna tuned, you know.
I don't think you'll have a problem with it either. Sounds good. You know, and how long you had that now? About 6 months, yes?
Probably almost about 8. I bought that last year. When did we start with the CB? You, Valley Cat, and I? That was in June or so, huh? June, July?
Oh, good Lord. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. I got a mind like a spaghetti counter.
Yeah, well, in September, I think I had already my ham license. When did I get my ham license? It's up here, you know, you have to display it. Now in October, I got my ham license.
Oh, yeah, about, you know, I think you're right, six or 8 months, something like that.
I have to correct that. I got my technician license 8/21, and then the general in 10/15.
All right. Well, here and there, you're getting your antenna up there soon, so that's the biggie. That's what you want most of all.
Roger that. Yeah, I'm right now getting some of the parts together. I have to pick out some. I have to measure my stretches of coax I need, and then I need a couple of ground rods and a couple of spark arresters, and what else am I gonna need? And all the piping and stuff like that, and guide line. That's I have to figure out. I have not committed yet what guide robe I'm gonna buy.
Old Pete, he uses clothesline. He says he has good luck with that.
Yep, Pete, how's that holding up, that clothesline?
Pete must have stepped away from his radio for a moment. I do believe so. Probably had to go get another refreshment. You might be trying to get that radio to get louder.
One for mine, but I think I didn't bring one tonight.
Where'd everybody go?
I'm still here.
I really don't know. 49, what's the weather like out there, man?
Up atop the hill here, we got drizzle rain. That's it. The winds have stopped. You got light winds, no gusts. The gust stopped about 3 hours ago.
Is it cold?
No, believe it or not, it is very, to my, it wasn't like last Saturday, that's for sure. I'd say it's like 50 something right here right now.
Damn, 4.
Howdy there, Radio Roundup.
Hey, what's going on, 1, 2, 3? Hello there, 1, 2, 3 and a half.
Hello, 123.
Yeah, what's going on, JR and crew? JR, you sound a little low in the audio.
Yeah, I'm on my Trinidad. I'm got it toned down just for local talking.
All right, well, it's working. It's working. It's legible. Or whatever they call that.
I'll tell you what you know what they call. I'm going to tell you what they call it. They call it night train approved.
Oh, it's got that certification. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, Night Train is the loudest one on tonight.
Yeah, that's because this radio is loud.
Uh-oh. You're losing your smooth approval.
I'm stepping outside of the box for a night there, 10-4.
It's 10-4. You got to come up with a new certification.
Yeah, no, this one here is from 1963. I don't really know. It might even be before 1963. What you think, Pete?
62, 63 is probably right, because my Titan's like 64, 65.
Roger that. Yeah, it doesn't have any limiters in it. 1, 2, 3 from birth. Roger.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, though, I like the audio. It's got a good sound and smooth audio. It's got a little bite to it. You know what I mean? It's glass. It's all glass.
Yeah, it's all glass, man. Yeah, it's a glass radio. I'm running it into my BR21. That's glass. 10-4.
Back in those days, there was very, very few, only a couple transistor radios, and they were crap.
Okay. Yeah, in the 60s. Can imagine. Yeah, everything was glass until, I don't know what, early 70s?
Yeah, late 60s, early 70s when the transition really took place. By the 80s, there was only the Panasonic chassis radios. By 82, glass was gone.
Right. But Hitachi got in there, didn't they? Weren't they some of the first transistors?
The Squires and Sanders was one of the first transistor CB radios on the market.
I heard the Sanders part. What was that first one?
It's one company, Squires and Sanders. That was the name of the company, Squires and Sanders. They were one of the first transistor jobs. Even Japanese weren't making transistor radios yet.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. How about the Germans? Anything out of the German camp?
No, it was all U.S. It was all U.S. made radios in the 60s. Japanese didn't get on board till the late 60s.
Okay, well, I figured the Germans would have been in there because they made some nice stuff. Blaupunkt and stuff like that.
I don't know. In the U.S. market, I don't know of any German CB radio manufacturers in the U.S. market in the 60s.
Okay. My friend had a Blaupunkt all-wave, short-wave, receiver.
It doesn't mean they didn't make shortwave radios. Grundig and Blaupunkt, they've been around forever, but they weren't making CBs.
Okay, shortwave only. Blaupunkt got into the consumer stereo equipment and stuff like that.
They made the car radios for the Volkswagen Beetle, and in the European market, they were AM and shortwave.
Okay, check that out. Shortwave and a radio for a car.
Oh yeah, Europeans were big for having shortwave radio band in a mobile car. Yep.
That's interesting. I didn't know too much about automotive, German automotive back then. I worked on several like 62 Benzes, some old Benzes, but I guess they did say Blaupunkt on those radios.
Yeah, well, the European market, shortwave was a lot bigger than in the U.S. market. So cars in Europe, whether they were German or British made or any French or whatever, they had shortwave, AM and shortwave before FM came along. But shortwave radios weren't popular in the U.S.
Now, did they have regular programming on shortwave, like music programming?
And all kinds of programming on shortwave. Yeah, a lot more than they do these days. But even in the U.S. market, yeah, there still is regularly scheduled shortwave broadcasts, and some of them will do music. Most of them are news and talk with a little bit of music, but there's still some music stations out there. WRMI Radio Miami International on is it 90? I think it's 9435. I forget the frequency exactly, but anyway, they still have a regular music broadcast. So, but back in the 60s, it was way different in Europe than it was in the U.S., but they had different programming than we ever had here.
Yeah, hey, shortwave radio, right north of, I think the 40-meter band, there's several stations. And there's actually a huge transmitter down in Red Lion here in Pennsylvania, shortwave radio.
Yeah, but I like you can remember back in your days of growing up in Germany, like shortwave radio was pretty common in the family home or even in somebody's car. Unlike in the U.S. market, shortwave was more for hobbyists and people like a little extra than your regular mainstream people. They were AM radio, but a lot of home console radios back in the day had shortwave bands in them. Shortwave was more popular then than kind of it is now, but certainly before the Iron Curtain fell down. But it was even more popular in Europe than ever it was in the U.S.
Yep, you usually had, when you had a radio, even, in the 70s, the boombox, they had shortwave, longwave, and AM and FM.
Yeah, your common consumer electronics radios out of Europe all had shortwave in them. To find a shortwave radio in the States, you sort of had to seek it out more, where in Europe it just came standard.
I don't know what kind of modulation shortwave is. What is that?
AM is most prevalent. There's some sidebanders, but it's mostly AM.
Okay, and it's just a different frequency, right?
Yeah. There's different, like there's amateur bands. We got frequency ranges for amateur radio. Well, shortwave radio broadcasters have their bands too, and they're usually like either just above or just below, typically, of the amateur bands.
10-4, 10-4. Okay. Yeah, I always wondered about that.
I used to love listening to shortwave radio when I was in the Navy, because out at sea, I could pick up shortwave stations and catch up on the news back before internet. And you're out of range of any regular AM or FM broadcasts, but shortwave you could pick up anywhere you are in the world. So I always had a shortwave radio with me to get news. Voice of America, BBC, Deutsche Welle, Radio Australia International, Radio Moscow. Oh yeah, they were all the big ones.
Okay, yeah, I thought maybe the ship had a radio. I figured the sailors had it. They had a radio on the ship just for the guys to listen to, like in the rec hall or whatever whatever you guys had.
No, the ship had radio in the radio room, but that wasn't access to your everyday Joe. And if they, if you had a radio in the berthing compartment or whatever, it was AM or FM broadcast. There was no shortwave. That's why I always carried a shortwave with me, so when we were out at sea, I could still get news. To where, in those days, there's no other way getting news out at sea, unless you were in the radio office and they'd print out like news faxes and stuff, and they'd post them out on print up for them in a mess section. You can read it. But I wanted to get the real straight deal, so I had a shortwave radio. I can listen to broadcasts out at sea.
Yeah, 10-4, 10-4. You guys had faxes when you were in the Navy?
Oh, it's radio. Well, radio fax. You could send information on teletype over the air, and then it prints out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, like a teletype. Okay. I was like, wow, man, you got that break.
Yeah, but they send it out on the shortwave frequencies, different bands. They'll send those signals out that the machines decode and print. But it's still shortwave radio is how it gets there.
Yeah, 10-4, 10-4. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they had that, you know, since the Titanic.
That's right. I think Sky Rider was breaking.
Yeah, here on 726.5, that's shortwave radio, right around that area, somewhere between 700 and 7.3 megahertz. That's shortwave radio, all kinds of radio stations.
And 7 to 7.3 is an amateur band. 7.2 to 7.6 is a shortwave broadcast band. There's a little bit of overlap there. But if you listen around 7280 to 7290, you could hear yours truly on amateur radio AM communications.
Oh, yeah, 10-4?
Oh, yeah, 10-4. If you got a shortwave radio, you can pick me up on around 7290 when I'm on there, plus or minus. 3885, 3873. Or you can dial down to 1885 and you can pick me up on your AM shortwave radio.
I wonder if my 737 would pick that up. About that, the 737 icon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you got to get that hooked up.
Yeah, Wednesday nights and Sunday nights before the Channel 13 stuff, I'm on 1885 AM. It's not even sideband. Regular old shortwave radio. You can pick me up.
Okay, now 1885, it's that 18 megahertz?
No, it's 1800 kilohertz. Just above the AM broadcast band. 1.885. 1 megahertz, 885 kilocycles.
Okay, 10-4. Wow. How big is that wave? What's the size of it?
A quarter wave is 260 feet. My dipole is 265 feet long.
265 by 4. Wow.
Yeah, times 4 is for the full wave, yeah. Well, no, times 2 is because it's a half wave antenna. So times 2 is the size of the full wave. The wave is 160 meters long.
That's right. Oh, that's 160 meter. Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to clarify. Cool.
Yeah, when I'm down there on AM, running 375 watts of AM radio carrier power through a nice big antenna at 100 feet. It works. I cover some ground. I know you'll hear me.
I have no problem hearing him. I'm sorry, Keith, okay. I said I have no problem hearing him. Oh, yeah, you won't have a problem hearing him. How far do you go? Where do you get? You get, like, South America?
No, but I have seen my carrier trace in England. I haven't heard my audio, but my carrier has made it to England. But as far as talking to people, I've talked to like all over New England, down in the Carolinas, out to Missouri, Michigan, and that kind of thing. I've never made it past the Mississippi River yet. I say yet.
10-4. I thought they went, well, no, the shorter signal goes farther, right?
No, not necessarily. I could talk easier on 10 meters to England, and I have yet to talk to England on 160 meters. Now, on the other side of the solar cycle, like more reliably, basically 160 meters will cover anywhere you can hear on the AM broadcast band at night. Like it'll go out, 1,000 miles at night, but it's like, almost no coverage in the daytime. But the peak of the solar cycle, like the shorter wavelengths go farther for sure.
Now, how about Skip?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. But we have Skip on 27 that goes, 3,000 miles.
Yeah, right. So, but that's all solar cycle related. Without the solar cycle, you ain't going that far. But 160 meters is medium wave. It's actually medium wave. It's not even high frequency anymore. It's not short wave. It's called medium wave. And it's not really dependent upon the solar cycle. It skips every single day. It just doesn't skip during the daytime because of the D-layer absorption, but it skips every night. Every time it's dark, it skips. It goes somewhere.
Oh, interesting. Breaker.
It's a whole different thing when you're in medium wave versus short wave. Go ahead, break.
Countywide.
Radio.
What's going on, guys? How you doing? Meatball Bandit here.
Top of the evening here, there, Meatball Bandit. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup.
Good evening there, Mr. Meatball.
Good evening, Meatball. What's up, Bandit?
Good evening, Meatball Train.
Good evening there, Meatball Skyrider.
You guys have a good one. I will talk to you later.
You bowing out, Joker?
Yeah, my head had me out of the game for the last 2 days with that vertigo again, so I'm just trying to get caught up on everything I need to get done.
Well, 10-4. Well, appreciate your time spent with us here on the Classic Radio Roundup.
Catch you later, Joker. Hope you take care of that vertigo. That gotta be a nuisance.
Yeah, Joker. Not. It is a complete nuisance, but working on it. So you guys have a good one. I'll probably be on, how it is after, later on in the next couple of days. So talk to you then. Have a good day. Can't imagine. I'll see you, Joker.
Night, Joker.
Good night, Joker. Feel better. Howdy, howdy, Meatball Bandit. Appreciate it all. 73. 73s. So back up, huh, Bandit? Yep, back up. Yeah, the weather wasn't so bad earlier. It was bad enough, around noon, but yep, got it back up. Got the Connex going, but I guess the Connex doesn't really count as a classic. My station counted 54 miles per hour roughly around 4:35 o'clock. Where exactly is that one? Eagleville. I have my own little weather station at the house. It clocked 54 miles an hour wind at my house. Yeah, I was going to say that's at your house. I wonder what it's like up on that hill. Oh, it's not bad now. The gusts has stopped since probably 6 or 7 o'clock. 10-4, yeah, 10-4. I've noticed that. Yeah, we had some nasty rain out there. But you got to back up. Yeah, that's cool. He put that thing up and down almost like his pants. Yeah, well, if he'd had something like that, you'd probably do it too. Yeah, 10-4, 10-4. I was telling Goose we got to put like a trolley inside that tower he's got so he can raise it up and down with a freaking remote control.
It's called a hazer.
A hazer?
Yeah, you buy a hazer. They're like trolleys that ride up and down the tower.
On the inside?
On the outside.
No, we want to put one on the inside.
Don't know of an inside hazer, but I know there's hazers for the outside of the tower. You can run your antennas up and down on that.
Pull them to the outside, huh?
Yeah, they attach to the outside and ride up and down the outside of the tower.
Okay. I was watching some of those, I don't know, man, they're seriously sick. I mean, that's got to be thousands, probably 20 grand. This tower looked like it had to be, I don't know, a couple hundred feet, and it was several sections, 3 or 4 sections, and the array was like half the size of my block.
Oh, yeah, there's some serious antenna setups out there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I don't know. That looked like, almost as expensive as my house.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of coin to be tossing around for that kind of an antenna setup. It'd be nice, but then along with that, after you set it all up, there's a it takes maintenance to keep them going.
Yeah, 10-4. I don't even have that kind of imagination. I didn't think anything like that existed. I thought it was like AI generated.
Oh, dude, you'd be amazed at some of these contest stations that are out there, the towers and the antennas that are raised that they got on them. Oh, my God.
I bet, man. What about hardline? How are they running hardline on that?
Same way you run any other kind of line.
Yeah, but the thing's going up and down. It's got a flex.
Well, they must have some way of dealing with it. And maybe it's not hard line all the way to the top.
10-4, 10-4, it's in sections or something. Nuts.
We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we'll never be confronted with those problems. We don't have enough. Our pockets ain't deep enough.
Like I said, my imagination's not even that good.
Oh, I can imagine some serious antenna setups that I'd like to have, but I just don't have the money to finance it.
10-4, got you there. Where are you at, Stinger? 9th and Grove. Nah, 10-4.
9th and Grove. Where's that at? Mini parole land or what?
It is the top of the hill, about 3 blocks away from where Pete used to live.
Well, that don't tell me nothing either.
It's in Bridgeport.
Oh, there we go. Bridgeport. Roger, Roger.
Up above my house. I'm about 100 feet above my house in Bridgeport.
Why don't you go up to the park?
That's where I'm at, 9th and Grove.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you just say you were at the park?
It's too easy. I'm actually in the parking lot right next to the, what's this, a tennis court or a bocce court or something?
That's a pretty good spot right there. You're doing as well there as you do at the down at the IMAX theater.
Yeah, almost. I mean, to you, but I get Skyrider better over there. I get Freebird better over there. Let me think. Yeah, those guys that are farther out, I get them better over there than here. I'll tell you, the best place though is over there above Goose's house, 150 feet above Goose's house.
Speaking about Goose, where did Goose go? The goose is loose.
He's got kids in his house, so he probably got shanghaied by some daddy duty.
No. He's probably eating something. Oh yeah, he's in there. I hear him.
Oh, was he getting nuts?
No.
Somebody said they were going to take off and go get nuts.
I ain't getting no nuts.
He's already nuts.
Oh, nice.
Here, I ain't feeling up here, man. What? I said, I'm not feeling this spot up here, man. I just it ain't working like you say it works. You're kidding me, man. You're in my parking lot spot. You don't like it? I mean, I got everybody but Skyrider. A Joker was low too, but Skyrider was straight in my noise. Wow. You gotta move around, man. There's a sweet spot up there for that. But if you'd rather, you can come over here to the top golf. That's a good spot. Well, I mean, I got everybody else. I had everybody else up in Fairview, but I figured I'd try to come over here and see if I get Skyrider, and I can't grab him to save my life. Really? You've been adjusting your position, huh? And you can't. Well, I'll have to get Skyrider in there to talk for a little bit, and see if you can dial him in. He was just in there talking for a while. He was talking about the shortwave stuff. I could hear him, but the way my noise was, I was trying to mess with my RF gain up and down, trying to tune him in the clarifier. I couldn't clear him up. Hey, 49. That RF gain wide open, man. Maybe just a crack down. I wouldn't turn it down too much. But you got to reposition the truck, and a certain way that the antenna reflects off that body, you'll pick him up. Yeah, you'll pull the wave in. I can turn my RF gain all the way down like 8 o'clock and 7, 8 o'clock, and I can get almost everybody in there. Oh, wow. I never tried that.
What kind of antenna you got on there, 49?
I got this modified SR810 mag mount.
Roger that. Do you have a lift kit on that truck?
How long is that antenna?
That I couldn't couldn't tell you. I would say it's normal length, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, there is no normal length when it comes to mobile antennas. Approximately how long? 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 5 foot, 7 foot?
Oh, Stinger, what do you think? Almost 6?
No. 4.5 feet. I don't think it's as tall as I am. About 4.5 feet. The Stinger, the whole thing I think is 54 inches.
Yeah, all right. So that's a decent size. That's a decent size mobile antenna. So all right.
It's a bottom loaded. You know what I mean? The load's right on the mount, the magnet. The load's right on the magnet. It's maybe about an inch off the magnet, and then the coil's there, and then the stinger comes out of it.
From my mobile in days, the 102 inch whip or 108, whatever you want to call it, that the quarter wave whip was always king. But then the next best to that was something around 60 inches. Anything around 60 inches was going to work pretty well. Anything under that, you're starting to roll into suckland territory.
Night train.
Yeah, come on.
It's like a 3-inch lift on 20 tires. So, I mean, the top of the roof is like almost 8 foot.
I was just wondering, what kind of ground you had between your chassis and your cab. Whether or not you could use a couple extra ground straps, between the two of them. 10-4.
I definitely agree. I don't have no grounding on this truck right now, other than what's on the truck itself. So I agree with you 100%. I think.
And make sure that they are flat ground straps, flat straps.
10, Roger. Yeah. I would think that maybe a little bit more grounding would cut back on that noise level, and that would just that would make your receive come forward and the noise go down.
And like my son-in-law just injected, flat straps. If you're going to start connecting body parts together, use that flat braided strap.
That's before that stuff's real good.
Yeah, you get enough of them on there and leave room for flexibility, you know what I mean? And sand down the spot so that you'll get a good contact between the two. And then after you get a nice decent contact, then you can spray some of that black undercoat over top of it.
And just remember, there is a rule of thumb: too many grounds can also be a bad thing. It can make an RF loop.
I'm telling you, Penny Snatcher is in here.
Right there he is.
Oh, I heard him. Let it be known, the county-wide heard him first.
Give you the time.
Give me time, Penny Snatcher, night train, break bell.
Hey,
Roger, right on, Mr. Night Train. Sounded good up here, way up north.
hey, 64, I take it you're not up there in Palmerton because you're much stronger than when you're there.
No, I'm in the Mobile right now up here, yep.
What are you, around Souderton?
No, I'm up here by the home 20 up here, outside of Summit Hill. I'm out here outside of Summit Hill, but I'm in the Mobile up on the hill.
All right, well, you're doing your thing. I thought you were much closer than that, but I knew you weren't in Palmerton because you're doing really well tonight. Top of the evening, old panty snatcher. My son-in-law, father-in-law, county-wide radio.
All right, well, let me try this. Let me bring her down a notch. Can you hear me now, Breaker?
Yeah, I still hear you.
All right, just make it short.
Hello, Penny Snatcher. I actually hear you. Oh, JR saying hello.
Hey, good evening, Tyler JR. Hold on, let me turn the seat back up here. Hello, JR. Oh, there we go. Hello, Mr. JR. Sounding good like you always do.
Yeah, big difference from you being barefoot to when you kick it up there. Sounding good. Good to hear you. I haven't heard you in there for a while. Take care.
We've been working, man. Just working non-stop. I don't get done till 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's in bed, so.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's snoring by that time. All right, Snatcher, we'll catch you later. Take care. Just wanted to say hello.
Read the mail.
Penny Snatcher 049 in the Mobile, Barefoot, Eagleville.
049, Barefoot, Mobile, Eagleville. I heard it. Yep, 10-4.
I gotta say, for what it is, this radio gets somewhere. It might not get far, but it gets somewhere.
Well, it gets pretty far. He's up there in the Poconos.
Yeah, I'd say it gets pretty far.
49, you're doing all right, man. Put them ground straps on there, man.
I told you that's a good spot. Yeah, you need to get some ground straps.
But that's because you have a lift kit. If you didn't have a lift kit, you might not have to worry about it. But they put bushings and different things like that. Yeah, go and get yourself some ground straps, man. So make sure you got your noise blanker, maybe. Maybe that would help.
So it's got to be a body lift, not a suspension lift, right?
It's spring all the, or yeah, it's spring all around. There's blocks in the back.
Okay. So it's got a lift kit, but is it a suspension lift or a body lift, or is it a combination of both?
No body lift, no body lift. There's blocks in the U-bolts in the rear, and the front is just spring.
Right. Okay. Well, it is. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can try ground straps. If that a body lift, would be different, but yeah.
Yeah, it's different with a suspension lift and body lift. The body lift, ground straps for sure. Suspension lift, maybe not. You know, you just have to try it out, see what else.
Oh yeah, exactly. I didn't know how that's exactly how I was gonna say it, but you know.
Well, tell me what you're saying. I'm taking it in. Let me know.
That's basically it. That's point blank. I mean, yeah, you know, you're considering a suspension lift, so it may not make a difference, but still try it anyway. You never know. I mean, you can take the suspension lift out and still have the same problem. So yeah, try it out. I take it it's like a Ford or whatever. So what I would do is I would go from the two back corners of the cab to the frame, and then right up in front where the front fenders meet the door jamb to the frame. That's all you're gonna need, one on each side.
10-4, yeah, 99-250 with the Navistar 7.3.
Yeah, that's it. So back of the cab. You don't have to worry about the bed. Just do each corner of the back of the cab, and then up, basically where your front door and your front fender meet, right there to the frame.
10-4, appreciate it. Yeah, I might have to find them. Where's a good place to grab them?
You get them online. You get them at the auto parts store.
Yeah, I didn't know if they made a better quality one somewhere better.
Oh yeah, you can go to any quality auto parts store and just look for ground straps. They use them like we call them alternator ground straps or whatever. But yeah, they're just braided ground straps.
They got a motor. You go to Advanced or whatever. They usually got them right there with the battery section. Where you got all the battery parts and everything. They sell them by pack. You can ask the guy behind the counter. Sometimes they got a roll of it. You know what I mean? You can buy like a 10-foot roll or whatever piece, whatever. But yeah. And then when you go to put your ends on, you solder them and then crimp them.
10-4, yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Hey, 49, do you have to use a step stool to get in that truck?
Nah, but I'll tell you what, for this young man, it does put a hurt on the knees. I had this truck over 10 years, well, just about 10 years, and it was fun when I was a little bit younger in the teenage years, but I'll tell you what, no step, it hurts.
You need some 33-inch mutters on there is what you need.
Well, it comes, they're like 295s on 20, so they're up there. I think it's like 33 and a half, 34. Oh, I thought they were 35. It might be, I don't know what, it's 295 on 20, so I don't know what that comes out to. I forget off the top of my head.
Well, maybe you could just get a regular ladder and get in, and then you throw the ladder in the back.
When I met my wife, she had a 92 Chevy stepside 4x4 on 33-inch mutters with a lift kit, and it had a CB radio with sideband antenna, K40 antenna. I was like, I met her and I saw that. I'm in love.
Break.
The truck sealed the deal. Go ahead, Break.
No, the CB sealed the deal.
It's Skyrider. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go 10-7. I have a long day tomorrow. Talk to you guys later. Good to hear you all in here on Wednesday night, and have a good night.
Hey, someone do me a favor and wave a Skyrider for me.
See you, Skyrider.
Hey, good night, Skyrider. Hey, Skyrider, hang out 1 second for 049 in the Mobile.
Hey, Roger that. If you can hear me, struggling to hear you, man, but I hear you out there. 049 waving a hand, and I'm back out.
Yeah, I hear him. The noise is pretty down here tonight, so I can make him out. If I turn up my volume, we could probably have a good conversation there. Good to hear you, Freundin.
But don't turn your volume up because you have to turn it right back down when I key up. I'll see you.
Catch you later, Skyrider. Have a good night. Catch you tomorrow, maybe.
7-3 there, Skyrider. Yeah, you'd have to ride that volume dial with the rest of the jokers in here.
Rest of the jokers.
All right, the volume up.
All right there, Skyrider. We'll catch you later. Yeah, man, Skyrider. Catch you on a flip-flop.
Yeah, good night.
All right, good night there, Skyriders. Good night, Skyrider.
Train.
Getting to be about that time. You running the gate there, Pete?
Yep, running the gate. Yeah, and I'm right behind Skyrider because I got to get off in the morning myself and feed dogs and everything. Dogs don't care what day it is; they still get me up early. But yeah, I got the gate. The gate will be uploaded sometime in the AM tomorrow, so look for it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because I'm up over 250 subscribers now. So thanks for everybody for doing that. So I'm glad you enjoy the video gates on Classic Radio Roundup. 7-3 all, nice long list, appreciate it. All good fun on the Classic Radio Roundup. Countywide.
Radio.
Catch you later, Petey. Have a good one. All right, Countywide. Have a good one, man.
Have a fine evening.
Have a fine evening.
Hey, Countywide. Hey, Countywide, take them easy, take care, have a good weekend when it comes around. You know who it is. Your world-famous solo, Patty Snatcher, Small Mobile.
7-3 all.
Hey, Countywide, catch you later. 49 Bear from Liverpool. Listen.
Hey, Patty Snatcher, you're not gonna do nothing.
I got nothing, blah, 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 blah.
I'll see you later, Pete. Oh, that's good, man. That's good fun. I gotta say, this one was for the books tonight, man. Definitely had some talk time in there, man. You all, good time out here. Yeah, I can't wait to see the gate.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, you ain't, it don't matter what the gate looks like, you didn't do nothing, you ain't gonna do nothing, and it's just the way it's gonna be, okay? You know, the gate this and gate that, blah, 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 and the gate ain't gonna do nothing. Nothing.
Y'all don't know who's who, who's what. You don't have a clue. You don't know what's going on. Y'all don't know nothing.
Y'all a bunch of goobers, you know what I'm big.
Not a leader in the bunch. Y'all are a bunch of followers. Countywide.
Oh my God. Oh my God, my face. That's fucking funny stuff. Nothing.
Man, oh man.
Hold on a second. I think I got something.
Get around.
JR, are you going to be in here for a moment?
Sorry about that. Night Train. JR, he's asking you something.
Who's asking me something? Night Train wants to test that microphone now. I want you to hear it. 10-4. 10-4. All right, Classic Radio Roundup is over for me. I'm switching over. Man, he's a dedicated tube guy.
The after party just started.